The FBI investigation into Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh came to the Triangle today. An NC State professor says he was his college drinking buddy and that the judge misrepresented to the Senate his college consumption of alcohol. CBS 17's Robert Richardson is in Carrboro digging deeper into the local connection with Kavanaugh.
Yeah, I and other members of the local and national media have been hoping to talk with Charles Chad Ludington, who went to Yale with Brett Kavanaugh in the 1980s. Now, Ludington's wife told us just a few minutes ago that he's on his way home, is prepared to make a brief statement. Now, we've learned that he had a statement in response to some of Kavanaugh's testimony last week and that he is ready to talk to the FBI. No one answered when I knocked on the door at Charles Ludington's house at midday. The only signs of life were a pair of dogs, but several neighbors who passed were familiar with the NC State history professor. Ludington says he's very familiar with Brett Kavanaugh, saying he often drank alcohol with the Supreme Court nominee while at Yale. Kavanaugh testified last week about his drinking in college and high school.
I drank beer with my friends. Almost everyone did. Sometimes I had too many beers. Sometimes others did. I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out.
Ludington said he cringed at the testimony, describing Kavanaugh as a heavy drinker who became belligerent, aggressive, and once started a fight by throwing a beer in someone's face. He added, quote, "I do not believe that the heavy drinking or even loutish behavior of an 18 or even 17-year-old should condemn a person for the rest of his life," end quote. However, Ludington said Kavanaugh's actions as a 53-year-old federal judge matter and that lying to the Senate should have consequences. He wrote, quote, "I can unequivocally say that in denying the possibility that he ever blacked out from drinking and in downplaying the degree and frequency of his drinking, Brett has not told the truth. I felt it was my civic duty to tell of my experience while drinking with Brett." An interesting note about the NC State history professor, Ludington's research interests include specializing in wine and food history, and he's done publications and presentations on consumption, intoxication, and just overall wine drinking. We are waiting for him to get home and expecting a brief statement. Reporting live in Orange County, Robert Richardson, CBS 17 News.
Which is interesting because last night he said he wasn't going to speak of this again after he issued that statement. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to say. Robert, thank you.